Hey everybody, welcome to Module 2. In this module, we're going to be looking at how co-teaching can be used to support students in transition ages, how we can look at related services and what their roles are in supporting students at transition age, and that concept of career readiness or future planning, including working with paraprofessionals or instructional assistants as we move through this process. So in this module, we again have a great short video. Hope you're enjoying it. You have an advanced organizer to work you through the content of the module, and then we'll be completing that Module 2 quiz that will work through and help you make sure that you synthesized and understand the content of the module. You'll also be responding to peers from discussion board A, or that first discussion board. Keep in mind you need to respond to at least 3 peers. It's nice to say hi to at least everybody in that first module, but the requirement is to say to respond to 3 peers. As you're responding, keep in mind that we're doing much more than just saying, great job, or love your post. Definitely say that. That's a kind thing to say. But what I'm looking for is professional learning and professional sharing. So you can either share additional resources, share some thoughts on what a peer has said about their experiences or what their understanding of roles of others to support students with transition. You can talk about experiences that you've had supporting students, pose a question, as far as, I noticed you said X. I've worked with a student who has Y needs, what resources might you suggest? Or have you ever looked at KDE's resources on the Michelle P. waiver? But, you're going to try and expand on your knowledge and your peers' knowledge by sharing in this discussion board. So let's head back up to the advanced organizer. Note that there are lots of resources here for you to view. And the 2 chapters are here in case your textbook hasn't arrived yet, but note this is the last week we can upload resources, so starting in the next module, your book has to be there. We've shared some excellent videos from Maryland Learning Links on co-teaching models, and there's also one that William and Mary produced on real examples of co-teaching. So I'm hoping that these videos really, you feel like you've got a great understanding of co-teaching and how those models can be used to support students in secondary education. We really want to move to those higher effective teaching practices in co-teaching. So one teach, one assist, and one teach, one observe are used way too often and not appropriately. We don't want special education teachers to be assistants in the room. Paraprofessionals or instructional assistants are fantastic resources, but we have special sets of knowledge and skills that should be used to their fullest extent. So just assisting in a classroom is not as effective for our students and does not help them move through the content as much as having a second teacher in the classroom who's providing content instruction. So the models of co-teaching we want to be using in classes are team teaching, alternative teaching, parallel teaching. Those models require both the special education teacher and the general education teacher to be providing content instruction at the specific level and with the specific resources needed to support all students in the classroom. The advanced organizer is set up in a Word document, as they all are, and has in it the links to all of the videos and other resources that might be helpful. You also have links to some of the guidance documents from the state in working with OTs, PTs, and speech, and a great resource manual. So I hope you'll take advantage of all of our state resources and make sure you feel like you've got a great grasp on what Kentucky expects of our work with occupational therapists, physical therapists, and speech and language pathologists. We're going to be, again, visiting the Kentucky Transition resources, looking specifically for resources we could share with families. And also, when we're thinking about building great transition teams, we want to look at the National Center on Secondary Education and Transition to see what they say about team members and how we can expand beyond the usual crew that we always invite to IEP meetings, but who in the community might be a great resource to pull in. So great article and resources there. There is a great Journey to Adulthood manual that many of our students at transition age need. And also, I've linked to Parent Center Hub, which used to be the Niche resources. They have great information for families. So I hope that you enjoy the learning. I've broken it down to really kind of guide, hopefully, your thinking and learning as far as the textbook goes. Note that there's also a link to an article on working with paraprofessionals. Also, we call them sometimes instructional assistants. Note that we do not want to use the term aide in the classroom. The professional terms are paraprofessional or instructional assistant. So as you look at this article, you can kind of get some ideas about what the role should be and how we can best utilize instructional assistants or paraprofessionals in classrooms when we're supporting the learning of students at transition age. I hope you really enjoy the learning in this module, and as always, if you've got any questions about the resources or learning in the modules, please let me know. We're always happy to help.